Yeah, so I'm here with David Samuels from Clean Slate Committee. David, just start off by introducing maybe a little bit about Clean Slate Committee first to remind our listeners and viewers, and then talk about what the event is here today.
Clean Slate Committee is an advocacy group for currently and formerly incarcerated individuals, their family members, and loved ones. We work to change public policy in the state of Connecticut. And we are here today because Clean Slate Coalition, which includes about 20 organizations beside us, defeated the three strikes bill at the Capitol. We stopped the bill during the special session in January, and we stopped three strikes 5 times during the regular session.
And so this is a block party happening here on Martin Street in the north end of Hartford. Why have a block party like this? Why is this an important way to celebrate?
Because the Clean Slate Committee is a resident-led group, and the community residents are the ones that helped us achieve the victory that we're celebrating today.
And so what kind of things are planned for this afternoon?
We got free food, we got music coming, we got games for kids, we're going to have voter registration, a lot of good stuff.
All right, thanks, David.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm here with David Schultz. David, you're out here on Martin Street as part of the block party for Clean Slate Committee. Tell me a little bit about why you're here. We'll start with that. Why are you here?
Well, Clean Slate's been around for 1 year now, and this is the first year celebration. And what Clean Slate's been able to do in just this 1 year is kind of amazing. Especially since a lot of what we ended up doing was on our own. We didn't have the chance to get money for organizers and stuff, and so people came through volunteering and picking it up. And for me, it was a different kind of organizing.
Right.
And it was a kind of organizing where it wasn't the 501c3 where we were bound to foundations or this or that. It's been a really amazing. I think it's an amazing year what we've been able to accomplish. So I'm psyched to celebrate today.
What drew you in to Clean Slate Committee in the first place? How did you decide to dedicate your efforts to the work that they're doing?
It was a long road. It's a long story.
It's okay. Give me the encyclopedia version.
Let's see. I was involved in undoing racism. I was involved in that group, and we kind of were coming up simultaneously as Create Change and a Better Way Foundation were coming up, and we started working together. It was kind of like a perfect match.
Right.
What I liked about Create Change and a Better Way, that was that they were willing to talk about these issues in terms of, at that time it was powder cocaine versus crack cocaine and the disparity in how crack cocaine was so much more. It took so much less crack cocaine to go to jail, but people were talking about that issue, but they were also willing to talk about it in terms of how racism and some of the root issues that were related to it.
Right.
Which a lot of times we don't end up doing that.
Right.
So then we were working together in terms of that, and then Clean Slate was born out of a lot of people who were working in that groups, those groups.
Right.
And it seemed that was a kind of logical.
Right. And here, even though this is a celebration for the 1 year of Clean Slate Committee, you're also working here. I notice you've got a petition here. Tell me about the petition. What is it that you're trying to get people to sign on to now?
Well, I think across Connecticut there's a growing understanding among people that government is using prison as a means of first resort to deal with many of the problems that burden people who are living in poverty. Homelessness, unemployment, mental illness, drug addiction, illiteracy are all problems that disappear from the public view when the human beings who are dealing with these problems are put into prison. And yet as the people seem to disappear, the problem remains. And then of course after a while it just gets worse and worse,
Right.
because their families are losing so many people to the criminal factory.
Right.
We have 1 in 6 kids now in Hartford who has a parent in jail. So it's it's hard to believe.
Right. Right.
And we understand that 97% of the people who are currently incarcerated will be released. And so we feel like it only stands to gain for them and for everybody if they're given training and education and opportunities in employment and housing. So we met with Mayor Perez, and he's interested in helping to pass a resolution. He's showed some interest so far in a resolution that would, in a sense, take that box off of the employment application that says felony. It would take that off so that people have an opportunity to get an interview. They get an interview and be able to get a opportunity in terms of getting a job, either with the city or with public contractors as a contract with the city. And we've met with him and then a couple times now. We've met with Matt Ritter, who showed his support, Councilperson Ritter, and Luis Golo, I think, has been on board, and Larry Deutsch said he was on board, and we'll be meeting with Joe Winch next week. And so we want to present these petitions, and so far people have been responded extremely positively to this.
Right. Great, David. Thanks so much.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So just tell me your name and tell us why you're out here today at the block party.
My name is James F. Thomas, and I'm from Bloomfield. And the reason why I'm out here with the block party is simply because of the fact I believe in the cause of changing what is established to something that's different, that meets the people's goals and my own personal goals.
How is it that you found out about Clean Slate Committee and the work that they're doing? How did you feel compelled to be involved?
Well, one day I was invited to go up to the legislative building, whereas I met Larice, and in meeting her, she expressed her views about what she's about and what she was there for at the legislative hearing meeting, and I decided that I would get involved. It took me a little bit to think about it because of the simple fact that I am an ex-offender, and I don't know how the system will react to me being in with such a team.
Right.
That's positive. I'll put it that way. Okay.
Right. So as an ex-offender, then, are you finding that how are these issues that Clean Slate is dealing with, how do they have affected your own personal life?
Well, it's affected my life in many ways. Number one, it helped to clarify some issues as far as why the system is doing what they're doing. To me, I've seen it. I've been involved with the system like 40 years right now. And I tell you, in all these 40 years, I had my ups and my downs as far as job hiring, as far as being laid off because they found out that I was an ex-offender. And having an organization like Clean Slate, it helps me out. It builds my self-esteem up, for number one. And number two, I can pass it on to other ex-offenders that comes out here. Here's an organization that's willing to help you. Here's an organization that has cleared up a lot of issues that wasn't clear. Now they understand what's going on. Now they feel a little bit more confident about what they can do and how they can do it out here in society.
Right. Well, great. Thanks for talking to me today.
Thank you.